Hi guys, alright, today we are going over pretty much mayorship and how to run a camp and how to manage a camp. This is going to be from the mayor's perspective because I am mayor of my camp here, but I will also go over the capabilities of like officials in your camp and from what honorary people can do and so on. Hopefully you guys will learn some things from this video and learn how to manage a camp better. Let's go. Alright, so here we are. We're in front of the town hall. This is probably, I guess, the most important area if you're leading a camp as a mayor. So there's a lot of things you can do in here. You can't really do a whole lot if you're just a regular camp member, but there's a lot when you go up to this thing and you press manage camp. There's a lot of options. You can also look around at these NPCs and they all do different things. You can also interact with them if you're not a mayor. But they give you a few extra abilities if you are. And then this guy over here is really exciting. This is new to Season 3, so I think it's important to make note that he's here. If you click on this guy, he doesn't have a name, but these are all of the NPC items from the previous updates, and sometimes you'll find these NPCs in zones, but they're really hard to find, I've noticed. Sometimes they're by the assistant quests NPCs, but if you've done all of your assistant quests for the day, then the notification, like the filter on the map doesn't pop up, so you don't know where they are anymore. But instead, if you're in a camp, you can just go here to this guy in your town hall and look at all of the NPC items you might have. I don't have all of those, obviously, so I would be able to turn them in here, and you can get your gathering vouchers this way. This is a very useful guy, and I would highly suggest making use of him once you get your NPC items. Alright, now we're going to go to the big boy, the camp data center. We'll click manage camp. Here we have your camp name down here. If we go to our bottom middle here, you see manage camp, and camp AP is a 100. That's because we're a really new camp. We've been a camp less than a week, and I believe for a week it will stay at 100 because it thinks you're very active. Once your activity starts to wean, then it will go down and you might be a medium activity camp or a low activity camp. You can read the status here, it'll tell you about it. As a high activity camp doesn't really mean anything, just means that you have a lot of active people. Medium and low activity camps can choose to merge with other people. So a medium camp can merge with a low one, and it would absorb the low one and all of their resources in their vault and all of their members and their mayor, whereas a low one would be merged into a medium one. So that's just something to keep in mind, and there would be a button down here that would say like merging pretty much. As a mayor, everyone can go along these tabs up here, but as a mayor, you're the only one that can set them. So if I go to camp set, you can pay 2,000 gold bars to change your name here. You can change your tag of your camp to anything you want it to be. You can choose your intro right here. The recommendation, if you want it to be recommended to others in the server. Access is free entry or approval. This just means that if it's free entry, then when someone applies, they're instantly accepted. If it's approval required, when someone applies, they have to be accepted by the mayor or by an official of the camp. And the applicant's minor level, minimum level, is whichever you choose to be. So right now I have it set at minor 2, and minor 1s cannot apply to my camp. You can choose it to be whatever you want it to be. It's up to you, but what I have noticed is that starting, if you're in a developed server, starting it at minor 3 is probably a good place if you're okay with like newbies in the game. If you want to, I mean, if you are a newbie in a newbie camp, you have to set it low or else your camp will never grow. But if you're a pretty developed camp, setting it to one of the higher ones will just ensure that you have better members in your camp. So that's what that is. Only the mayor can adjust all those. We go to camp events over here, and you can see here we have the infected invasion information. You don't, once your camp is formed, you don't get invasion for a little bit. But once it does kick in, all the information is here. It tells you the difficulty level of it and the time that it will be. You can also click this button to change the difficulty. Of course, I can't right now because you have to like pass the highest one to be able to like change it below. You can't change it to something higher than you've passed, but you can change it to something lower. So, and it'll tell you here the rewards that each wave gets and whatnot. So yeah, that's what that is. If you scroll down, we have our camp boss here. This is what we did a couple of days ago. We defeated it 100% and it took us 15 minutes and 43 seconds to do it. Now our next, oh, they messed this up. That's supposed to say trap, the special mutant. But our next camp boss is a level 2 at this time. And again, you can change difficulty here and see the rewards or change the actual time. You can also change the time of the infected invasion, I believe. I'll have to show you where that is, but I can't access this camp spray button yet because we're not agrarian, but that's where you adjust your sprays that you'll find over here where your emotes are, and there's a little button here, and you can click on that and just add whatever sprays here you want to your quick bar. I don't have any right now, so that's what that is. Anyway, a latest schedule kind of just tells you like what's been happening every day within the camp. Like there's a Trade City event here, that's where your bidding starts. This is when your contribution will be reset, always on Mondays. History of stuff, you know, Camp Reach Savage, expanded territory, that kind of stuff. Technology info just kind of just tells you about the tech machine that I'll also go into. We'll go to here. This is our members tab. So we're going to look at our members here. You have camp data, you have survivors, which is kind of useless now. It used to be for camp drills, which is now called Cascade Rescue, but you don't get survivors anymore, so I don't know what that's about. Anyway, you'll see all of your people here. This is always sorted by manor level, but you can also choose to sort it by address or by, oh, I guess just by address. But I always sort it by player manor level. That's just what it does. Here you'll see the mayor slot and then all of your officers. If you want to add an officer, you click add official here. And then it'll have you put a name in. You can make whatever name you want. And then it'll have you pick a person. And then from here you can choose which permissions you want to give them. You can have them accept new members, kick out members, increase the camp period, start new camp territories, apply, modify events, which is like, well, I'll get into that. Research technology stuff, like change the tech for the day, adjust the tax rate, which isn't really a point anymore since there's not taxes in the game, so I'm not sure about that. Lock the vault, which is pretty useful for other people to do, but you have to make sure you trust them because it involves unlocking and locking resources in the vault. Filling the benefit box, setting honorary citizens, and all this kind of stuff, right? This is like infected invasion permissions, that kind of stuff. So that's what that does. Cancel that. If you go down here to the active tab, you can see who's online. You can also see where they are. You can even scroll back to see like where people are if they're not, when they're not online. Like this person logged out in Fall Forest. This person I don't think has moved to the camp yet. That's what it means when it says unknown. They were accepted into the camp but haven't moved yet. Like they haven't logged in since they were accepted. So that's what you'll see there. Data is the most important in my opinion. Data is where your previous taxes were shown, but now they are just camp contribution points. So you don't get, there is no camp tax anymore, so all of your resources for your camp need to be donated into the vault. So this is what shows when you donate to the vault. So your 7D input here, let me go back. Your 7D input is the amount of input that you've given over a 7-day period. We saw earlier it resets at Monday. Every Monday it resets. So your maximum is 2,000, and once you contribute to the vault, it'll kind of tell you like where you're at, what your limit is, and whatnot. Tech points, we'll go into that in a second. Camp contribution, again, I have no idea how this is calculated, but it is based on the supplies that you donate in camp. Currently, I have it set where the people that get honorary in my camp are the top however many people of this camp in taxes. So like, for example, these guys have given literally no taxes because they're all zeros, so they're not going to be honorary citizens. But yeah, so this is important to keep track of and watch like how people are kind of moving up the ranks and whatnot. I had these two people literally give that entire amount today because they wanted to be honorary. So I was first before that, and I haven't played it all today. So just so you know, something to keep in mind. All right, now if we go back to this main screen, we'll go over here and see period info. You have your period here. We are in Savage, and you see all these fun little bars and whatnot. If we click on your management, it'll show you management. Ours is not good because we had to spend some for opening the tech machine, but you'll gradually gain it back, so it's okay. Most people are at 99 or 100 when it comes to management, so don't even worry about it. You'll get it back. Factors affecting management, paying camp ops, which won't be a problem for you in the first day because you don't have any, so just don't worry about that. But then it will eventually become a big thing. You want to make sure you pay camp ops every day. And having enough people complete patrol quests. On the patrol board, which I'll show you as well, there is a minimum requirement of people to complete it, and once you get those people to complete it, then your management will go up. You can also see yesterday's management, how that turned out, and all the scores there. This just tells you your number of residents here and how many resources are in your vault in total, although it doesn't tell you the specific type of resources, but the vault will. Your prosperity is probably the most important when it comes to camp period. If you click on here, you can see ours is level 16. You can see the actual level progress here. These are all the ways you can gain prosperity, and you need prosperity to upgrade your camp. There's max levels down here, but you probably won't have to worry about those. Paying camp ops again, you need to do that to gain prosperity, and completing patrol quests also goes in with the management. If you upgrade the camp period, that also gives you a large chunk of prosperity. So just keep that in mind when you do upgrade, you'll get more. When you research camp technology, so you put all of your tech points in the tech machine, that really helps, and will increase it a little bit. Open up camp territories helps. Building private buildings, including the vault, that means just building on your manor. So like building walls, defense, building anything. It also includes building in Charlestown. A lot of people forget that Charlestown exists, but it's also very important when it comes to PvP, and if you're interested in Clash, which I don't have to go into right now. But yeah, so that's just building on your manor. And buying camp goods. This one is something I'm going to mention with Lafita, who sells resources. So if you buy camp goods from the camp, you get points for them, just a little bit. So if I go over here and want to buy what she has, if I want to buy some wood, let's say I need 3 stacks of wood, right? That's 3 stacks of 400. It gives you more prosperity points per sale. So instead of buying 3 of these, I would want to go buy just 1, and then buy another one, and then buy another one, and then keep doing it by ones, because you'll get more prosperity that way. Our prosperity was at 114, and as you can see, now it's at 117. So it's a very slow process, but if everyone does it, it can really add up. And you can also press the upgrade button to see what you need to get to your next period, and it'll tell you here like what you'll get. It tells you the prosperity level you need to be at to be there, and the management level you need. Like, we're fine, obviously. We are just waiting on the wood core, which is a little expensive in the market right now, so I'm probably going to do some farming in a bit for it. And then, yeah, you can continue to go next and see what you might need for the next periods. I think Neon is the last one now. I thought they added another one, but I guess not. And lastly, we have this fiscal info. This is about taxes. Pretty much tells you things you already know. This is about the upgrade to the camp. If you scroll down, you can see how your actual camp donations have been going. Like, we peaked on this day because we upgraded our camp there, and then it got kind of slow the next few days. So that's why that is that. And you can see they're all color-coded too. Here it tells you exactly how many resources you have in each area. These are the 4 areas: food, wood, stone, and hemp. And then how much is from plant and produce, which I guess it's pretty much just when you use your farmland and you're planting stuff and harvesting it. I think the camp still takes some, I believe. And so it's still kind of camp tax. Anyway, that's pretty much what all this does. Lots of stuff. So we're going to go up here to the tech machine that I was kind of talking about. R&D machine, I guess, but we all call it tech machine. And if we use that, and after you unlock it, you'll have your technology up here. Here, there's usually one in the middle that your mayor will pick, but if you're the mayor, then you have to pick which one. I picked Healthy Posture first. You can scroll through all these technologies. They get really good as you go, but you have like little trails that you have to find in order to unlock one. So like we're doing healthy posture right now, which is increase recovery efficiency by 50% when using a chair or bed. And this is where you would place your technology points, which you would find over here. If you're a mayor, you click this button up here, and that's how it would like have those little leaves around it, so people know to put their tech points there. But yeah, once we get this one, we'll be able to do Dangerous Patrolman, which is you get 50 prosperity for every patrolman that finishes patrol. So that's pretty good. And yeah, so that's up to you, figuring out what tech you want. That's another video. So yeah, that's that. If we go back to my config here, you have this screen that shows up. Usually it'll get bigger as your camp improves, but mine is small right now. We are a Band of Brothers camp, which is like the military one, so we get 2 military tech and 1 individual technology. The individual ones usually show up here, and you can scroll through them and pick which ones you want. We only have 1, so I'm using the 1. And then here, normally, well, this is just blue. It's just our military technology that we can pick from. But once we level our camp up more, we'll have more slots, so you can put things that are not military. Like you can put like a nature one there or an industrial tech there. And again, only the mayor can do that, and it's something that has to be done every day, or else you will lose resources. Because keeping these techs active like uses a lot, I'm telling you. Type upgrade doesn't do a whole lot for a member, but for a mayor, it's good to keep in mind. You can upgrade all of these guys as you go. This helps you upgrade more technology. So if I wanted to upgrade here, I need this many hardwood vine and this many hide in the vault, and then we can upgrade and continue so on. I believe these are the same resources needed, yes, as we go. So that's what that is, and you get to choose what kind of camp you are, and you can switch it at any time, and it's pretty flexible. So that's what this whole area is. Oh, hello, Donzo. What's going on? All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna go over here and show you guys the vault. You can see here, this just shows you like a visual representation of how much resources we have in comparison to the camp ops. So you can see here tomorrow's op costs. And that's when the resources are taken at 3 o'clock game time, which is when the game resets. This is how much we need. So we need 7,300 wood, and we need 700 food for tomorrow. And it randomizes this every day unless you have technology active, and then you will have more resources that you need to give. It'll also tell you here the same things and like what happens when you complete it. We'll get 300 more prosperity and 3 management, and what happens if you fail it. So you can move that down, but like it will show all of the technology you have active, and that's why that button is there. So in the resources, this is where you donate. You can see up here this week's camp contribution. I'm at 2,000, and it will like add up, and you can just track that. If we go over here, this is the goal, what we need to upgrade our camp right now. It's just another place to look at it. And if we scroll over here, you can see all the stuff in the vault. These are all the things that people have donated. You can scroll down. Okay, now this is where it gets really important for mayors. And I was mentioning lock the vaults earlier in for one of the officer permissions. So here it says not for camp operation costs. So if I want to click, let's click food. If I want to make rib meat available to be taken for camp operation, then I would click this little button and unlock it. And then it moved up here. You can see this figure here tells you how much it goes toward that resource. So this counts as a food, so it would take 6,000 points toward food. Now if I want to scroll back to costs over here, you can see this increased because we just added rib meat into the camp ops that can be taken for camp operation costs and then not for it. So you want to put all of your materials here that you need for camp upgrades. So like wood core, tin ore, hemp stem, and sulfur. You never want to put up here those resources because then they'll take them and then you won't have them for upgrading the camp. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. If you click on this little button here, as a mayor, it's very useful to see who's donating to your camp. I can see my guy here donated all this stuff here, and you can scroll down. It tells you the time and the date that they did it. So you can pretty much just see who's being active and what they're donating. If you want to actually donate, you can just go over here, click all of your stuff in your bag. You can't donate like regular resources like wood and hemp and stone. You have to donate like dishes or secondary resources. So you can just click and press contribute, or you can just double click it. And well, I completed a quest, but that's just how you contribute. So that's the vaults. Super exciting, very useful. If you run around here to the bank and you climb up this fun little ladder, there's a chick over here. Look, it's Helena. So if we talk to her, this is about the infection, the boss chick. So this is where the mayor changes like the time of the camp bosses. They're always on Thursdays and Sundays. And you can change the boss level. You can also change the type. Anyway, it kind of randomizes the type of monster that you use. So if we didn't want to do the mine one on Sunday, then I could press refresh and it would pick a different monster. But I like that one, so I'm going to keep it. So yeah, that's what Helena does. This is our patrol board. Remember when I was saying this many people need to do patrol to get management and prosperity up? We need 7 people, and we've only had one person do it, so I'll drag people to do it so we don't lose points. And then over here's the food. Here's where the benefit box is. You can change benefits and settings and add things as needed. Alrighty, well that concludes this video. I hope you guys learned some things from this and that you're able to manage your camp better. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.